Guys, welcome back. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So basically, yeah, we're working on this. I'm just checking if I get any simple flow of the e-commerce application. Not well prepared. Okay, no problem. Okay, file new. Don't save. Okay, so we'll start. One second. I'm sorry. Yeah. So coming back to this. So what is the basic flow? Basically, you have list of products. You like a product. Assume you like product B. Okay. Okay. You like a product. And then what is that? You move it to cart. Add to cart. And then you will say proceed to buy. Proceed to buy. Correct? And then when you proceed to buy, you get into the payment section. Okay. Once the payment is done, never mind. Okay, once the payment is done, your order will be placed and that will be shown in your order section. Correct? Orders. Okay, so that will be shown in the order section. Is this visible to everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Okay, so once you select the product, that will be moved to cart. You can move it to cart. Once you move it to cart, you will proceed to buy. There is one more flow here. Okay, what is that? It is buy now. Instead of adding it to cart, you can directly click on buy now, right? So you have two buttons. If you see here, sorry, assume I want this. I liked it. I opened this particular one. Okay, I can click on buy now. What happens when I click on buy now? You will be directly taken to the payments page, right? So when I click on buy now, I'll be directly taken to payments page. Okay. All right. Okay. So you like a product, you add it to cart, then you proceed to buy. You click on proceed to buy, then the payment section. Once the payment is success, that will be available in the orders. Okay, in your account you have something called as orders, the option orders. So there you will be able to see. Okay, once your order is shipping is done, that will be delivered. That will be delivered to your address, right? To address, whatever address you had mentioned, to that address that will be delivered. Okay, so basically it is something like this. Okay, from here to here, from here to here, from here to here. So this is the basic flow. Okay, okay, just make a note of this, guys. This is the basic flow of e-commerce application. So whenever you're asked to explain what is an e-commerce application, how it actually works, so this is how you have to explain. So this is just the basic flow, or the flow of the application. Please make a note of this. Be fast and let me know once done. Guys, just 4 to 5 boxes and 4 to 5 words. That's all. Okay, all done?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. So now, here I want to cover one concept. So what is this mockup? There's something called as mockup. What is it? Mockups. Okay. Mockup. Okay. So what is it? What does that mean? You might come across this word in some of the organizations, some of your peers might use this word. So what do you mean by mockup? Mockup is a it's a representation of how the UI of the application page should look like. Okay, so you see the website. So now you see Google, or let's say we'll take a simple application. Which one? Compared to Amazon, I think this is better. Let me just open this. Yeah. So okay, here. What do you see? You see the logo of the application. So I want to create a mockup for this particular website, which is Nika. Okay. So now what will I do in my Paint? Okay. In my Paint, I'm going to, this is my page, how the application page should look like. Okay. So now here you can see the logo. Logo. So is it an image or is it a text? Is this
Text.
image or text?
Text.
This is the logo. What do you mean by logo? It has to be an image. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
It might look like text, but one second, I'll just explain that. Okay. It is a logo. It is the brand logo. Always remember, always the brand logo will be in image format. Okay. So now here you have different major tabs, right? You have next to this, you have just slight alignment issue. You guys just check out that. Okay, so there are 5. I've just made it 3. Okay, but you can still keep it like this. Okay, assume I have added 5 since I have there's space issue. Just done that. Here there is a search box. Here there is a search box. Search box. Okay. Now next is sign in. Here it is sign in. I'll say sign in. Then what do I have? I have some minor tabs, right? I have minor tabs. Some small boxes I'll add. Okay. Now I have some images. Okay. Or assume you have a carousel. I'll say, okay, this has to be an image. These are images, which is nothing but that's a carousel. So what is carousel? Some time back, I remember somebody had asked me this. This is not carousel. I'll open Amazon. Okay, Amazon.in. So this is the home page, right? Let me go to the home page. So yeah, wait for a few seconds. Let's wait for a few seconds. Yeah, so could you see there was change in the screen? There was change in the screen. So automatically the screen or the image, there will be set of images in the home page. Usually it will be in the home page. There will be set of images which actually keep on showing up in loop, and that will be automatic. So this is called as carousel. Okay, so just make a note of this. Okay, that is called as carousel. So you can explicitly click on the image or the next image. Yes, does anybody have any question?
Ma'am, we can say round robin as well.
See, they are all common terminologies that you can say. I'm not saying that is wrong, but the technical term that we use for this particular feature is carousel. Okay, they say they use different terminologies for this. Okay, each person might use call it in different with different names. It is round robin, but round robin is the I can say it is a verb, but what is this particular so that is the way. When you say round robin, what do you mean by round robin? It is a loop. In other words, I can say it is a loop, right? Yes or no? So
Yes,
one after the other, it has to come up, and once the set of slides are over, the last one after the last one, it has to go back to the first one. The first one should show up. Here, when I say round robin, it is not particularly with respect to the image in the home page, right? Which contains some information. The
Yes.
technical term that we can use for this is what? What is that?
Yes.
Carousel.
Carousels. Okay. So this is the technical term what I can say. See, you can say when you have a checkbox, okay, or when you have a radio button, usually in layman terms, what do they call? See, I'm not a technical person. Assume I'm not a technical person. So I'm trying to explain one particular flow or some person one of my friend doesn't know how to use one application. Okay, so I will teach them. Okay, this is the application. Here you have to select a product. Once you like the product, you have to go here, click on this, click on add to cart, or click on buy now. Once you click on buy now, what will happen? You will have to do the payment. They don't know what is payment gateway. Okay, so what they'll say is you have to select the payment. when you select the payment, you will have multiple options. You can do net banking, you can do API, and you can do what else? So there are multiple options in payment gateway, right? Credit card, debit card, right? So there you will have radio buttons. In layman terms, nobody would say it as radio button, right? People who know, yes, well and good, but people who do not know, what do they say? Click on this button or select this option. That's all. They'll say only that much, right? So that is what I'm trying to explain. You get this? Round robin is a generic terminology.
Yes,
It can be used anywhere and everywhere. But carousel, see, if you really want to understand carousel, carousel meaning. Okay, so what is it? Definitions of carousel. Okay, large rotating machine with seats. Okay, in the amusement park, meaning in an application. Application. The meaning is almost the same, right? So it's a okay. In context of website or application, the carousel meaning indicates a collection or film strip of images that move in a stepwise or smooth manner around a centrical axis. So this means centrical axis. Once after the last image is being shown, it will come back to the first image. So here you can see, there's my Amazon. Yeah, I'll keep it here. So once after, see, you see this oats, Horlicks and all is there, right? So see, after 4 to 5, 6, 7, 8, see, there are totally 8 slides, right? Once after the 8th one is completed, you see the first one. See, flight to Dubai, great summer sale. You remember seeing all this, right? So this is carousel. So let's not get deeper into this. There's a lot that we need to know. Okay, so now assume I like this. Okay, I think I have added it to cart. Let me add it again. You can see that I have already logged in, right? So what I'll do, I will say proceed to buy. Okay, proceed to buy. What happened? Yeah, so it is asking me to select the delivery address. So I select one of the address. Okay, I can add few more addresses, right? So I'll say use this address. So my first step of adding delivery address is done. Now I'll be moved to the payments, right? So okay, I might have added some random things. Yeah, that is the reason. So select the payment method. What is this payment method? So basically here we have the payment gateway. Payment gateway. So once you open this page, you have multiple options for you to do the payments. Why do we have this payment gateway? You can directly have the COD, right? But there are chances that if you have selected the option as COD, see here, one is from the merchant side, one is from the customer side. So who is the customer? Who is the merchant? Customer is the person who actually purchases the product. Okay, so you are the person, the customer is the person who is going to select which payment method he wants. The other end is the merchant or the person who is actually selling the product. So you purchase something, if you want to purchase something, there should be a merchant who is willing to sell the product. So he is the person who is providing the service or he's selling the product. Okay, so he is the merchant. So here there are two banks associated when we are speaking about the payment gateway. One is the customer's bank, the other one is the merchant's bank. Okay, why don't we have the COD? Assume that we have selected the option as COD, but again that option has to be provided from the merchant's end or from the application's end. If it is not available, yeah, then we have to do the payments. So is it available? COD, is COD available for Amazon? Yes, it is available, cash on delivery. But for this payment, okay, what is the payment that did I select? No, nothing I have selected. So for see, I'm not able to, unavailable for this payment, or probably unavailable for some of the products that I have selected. So the merchant should be willing to accept cash on delivery. So what actually happens? What is the disadvantage of cash on delivery for the merchant side? Assume I have ordered a product and I want to pay it after delivery. I receive the product, I will not pick the call. So what should happen? The product has to be sent back from Amazon to the merchant. So it is a loss for him. Yes or no? He took
Yes, ma'am.
yes. So there will be a lot of efforts behind. Sorry, there will be a lot of efforts behind. So that is the reason some of the merchants they avoid providing access for COD. Okay. Now there has to be some online payment done, if not COD, right? So when the online payment has to be done, there will be different options for you to do the online payment. Which are all the options? As I said, you can do credit. You can use your credit or debit card. Here you have net banking, UPI. You can do and EMI option you have here. So now, if it is credit or debit card, you have multiple cards. You have Visa, Mastercard, and RuPay for domestic. You can do domestic transactions, which is specifically used in India. So Mastro you have. So I can see a few more. I'm not able to read it. It's okay. So you have different cards. Net banking, you have different banks. It can be HDFC or ICICI or whichever, right? So other UPI payment options and EMI. Let's see what this is. EMI. No swipe EMI. Add a new card. So we have to explore. Select EMI tenure. So here you get to see all the EMI plans, right? So with respect to what is the what is the EMI, respective of the EMI, what is the interest amount, what is the total EMI cost, right? So all these things you will get to see for with respect to the duration of how many months or years you can pay, right? So this you guys have to explore. Okay, we cannot spend a lot of time on all this, but I want you to understand what is the meaning of payment gateway. So basically what happens when you have to do an online payment, what do? You actually do a payment. Assume I use my credit card. Okay, I will select so enter card details. It is asking for card details. So what I do, I click on enter card details. It is asking me for my number. Okay, so what is my card number? I'll say 1234 4567 and 456 4569. Okay, some card number I'll enter. Okay, card number I'll enter. So I'll say my name is so and so. It is actually, from where did this name come from? Where did this name come from? Apurva, where did this name come from?
Login.
We have logged in
Login
in
the app.
database.
I'll click on this again. See, one more concept that I want to cover is here is auto population. So the data that I have provided in my account, I have provided the customer name. That is my name. I'm the customer, right? So my name as Apurva. I've not given my full name. I've just given it as Apurva. So it has actually considered that particular name. If I've given full name, probably it would have taken the first name of, we'll just go back. I just want to check what is the, okay, Amazon. Let me just check what is my your orders. I haven't used it in. Oh, okay. Okay, so I have given the name just as Apurva. Otherwise, it wouldn't have shown here. Okay, I've given as Apurva in some. Okay, in some places I've given, in some of the addresses I have given the name as Apurva. In some of the addresses I've given it as Apurva R. Okay, so it has taken the first name. It has taken the first name. So why? Because it is saying as what? Where is it? Huh? Did I close? No, I wanted to go to my cart. I will proceed to buy. use this address. Next step is payment method. So, okay. I want to consider the credit or debit card details. So this is the pop-up, right? So here, what is it asking? What is it saying? Apurva. So it has taken my name from the account section or my address section. Okay. So here it is it is mentioned as nickname. It is not the full name or name on my card. It is the nickname. So what is the nickname? It is Apurva. But I'll mention it as Apurva R. Let me give my full name as on card. Okay. So the data that is provided somewhere else or in some part of the application, in some account section, in my profile section, whatever is the data given as my name as Apurva R, that particular data is being transmitted. So the auto transmission, the auto population, from there here it is being populated to this particular section, that is nickname. So this is called as auto population. Okay, auto population. Now, so what is the card number? This is the text field where I have to provide the text. When I say text, don't assume that it should be characters. Okay, when it is a text field, okay, it can accept numbers, only numbers, or it can accept, see, you have completed your manual class. Okay. So it can accept numbers, only numbers. It can be a numeric field. It can be alphabets, just alphabets. It can be combination of alphabets and numbers. It can be just special characters. It can be a combination of all the three, or it can be just alphabets and special characters. Okay. So yeah, what is the expiry date? I'll say expiry date as 2020. Okay, 2020. See here, if you observe, when you're testing, you have to observe all this. Okay. What is the starting year? 2024. What is the end? 2044. Is a year available which is less than 2024? No. See?
No.
So this is the perfect way. If an option which was less than 2024, say 2023 or 2020, 2021, so that could have been not a perfect way. See, what actually happens, that is not, I'm not saying it is wrong, but assume that 2023 was given here. Okay, I select 2023. Assume I've selected as 2023. When I move to the next step, for example, next step, so this is an issue, fine, forget it. But when I had selected 2023, there should be some validation happening on this particular expiry date as well. See, now what is the validation that is happening? The card number. Validation is actually happening on the card number. Yes or no? Since the validation happened, we are getting the error message. This is the error message as card number is not correct. In the similar fashion, there should be another validation that happens on the expiry date. Is the expiry date valid? Is it somewhere beyond 2024? See, now what I will do, we are in 4th month, right? So I will say January 2024. See, expiration date is not correct. So now in two places the validation happened. So this actually becomes a tedious task, or it looks very clumsy for the end user. So what does the developer do? It is easy to implement the current year. Here also what they could have done. See, this is an enhancement. You might have heard about request for enhancement. Yes or no in your manual class?
Yes, ma'am.
Right?
Yes,
So here, assume you are the test engineer, you are testing this application. Now what you see here is expiry date. So when I select 1 or 2 or 3, now I'm in 4th month, right? But if I had selected 1 or 2 or 3, I'm getting the expiration date is not correct. This particular validation message is shown. Instead of this, what I could have done is that I could have put some check. I mean, not me, but the developer could have put some check where when. So what is the check? When he clicks on, yeah, Okay, so when he clicks on this particular drop down, the month starting from current month to 12th month. Okay, only those many month options should have been shown. I mean, I'm not saying the way that they have developed is wrong. Even if they have, I select one, the validation is happening. So what is the application doing? It is forcefully pushing me to correct the incorrect data. Correct? So I have to provide the valid data. So this is not the valid data. This is fine. But there is some good way, good practice. There is a better practice while developing the application. So what I could have done is, I could have said, I mean, me as a QA, okay, I could have informed that this can be done in a better way. So why don't we do like this? Okay, so now when you put forth your views on this, they can accept it and they can implement it accordingly, or that can be put forth, that can be told to the leads or the manager, or the stakeholders, and they will come up with a decision saying that should this be considered or not. Sometimes even if it is considerable, they do not consider. Why? Because the backlog that is there, when I say backlog, the pending task or the pending work in that sprint is really huge. So there are a lot many critical other things that we need to consider other than this. So this is a minor one. That's okay. Validation is there, no? It's fine. We'll leave it as it is. This is not an issue. So we'll leave this for now. We'll keep it on hold and we'll work on other stuff which needs to be worked first on priority, and then we'll come back to this. They can say that, or they can say something like, okay, whatever suggestion you have given is fine, but we'll keep it on hold. We'll not take this up. Not just now, not even in the next release or next sprint. We'll just drop this point. Okay, this can happen. So as a QA, you have to, what is your duty? You have to make the feature more user friendly. So that is one point, right? So this can be considered as request for enhancement. See, this is a small example that I have given you. Okay, how actually things happen for request to enhancements. Okay, how do you provide the enhancement suggestions? So you come up with a suggestion and you inform them. Okay, when I say request to enhancement, you are not requesting to enhance the application. You're just giving a suggestion to enhance the features in the application so that it becomes more user friendly, more very effective while using the application. Look and feel of using the application is good. Okay. Now, when I say request for enhancement, so this is a term which will be used from the client's end. Or if it is a product, you're working on a product, it will be from the stakeholders, or the product owner will be there. No? So they are the ones who come up with these kind of request for enhancement. So when I say request is for whom? It is for the development team. When I say the development team, it is both the developers and the testers. Okay. So the request made by the product team to the development team to develop it in such a way that there is an enhancement on the existing application, existing feature. Okay, clear on this? Did you guys understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Enhancement and request to enhancement. This, when you give it as a suggestion, this can be enhanced. This particular feature can be enhanced. But when I say it is a request for enhancement, that will be a request for the enhancement from the stakeholders side. Clear on this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now what I'll do, assume that I have given valid card details. So again, this payment gateway, it is going to do the verification of the card details that you have given. So the verification of the card details will be done by the gateway. Okay. So I'm giving some random numbers. Okay. Some random details for card. Okay. I'm giving some random details. So I have given expiry date as, see, Now when I hit the enter card details, what is actually happening? The card number is not correct. So the validation happened. In how many seconds it happened? It happened in very, very less time. Yes or no? As soon as you hit this button, when you click on this button, what happened? The response came. So what is the response time? What is the response time that the payment gateway took? Based on the response time, we can say that the performance is good or not. Okay, so these are all the some of the cases that you need to test. Assume that you click on enter card details, or I mean submit button. So what actually happened? This particular details were sent, were encrypted. So encryption happens. So when you use the payment gateway, the encryption happens. There will be security for your details. The encrypted data of your card will be sent to where? The bank. Which bank? Your bank. That is the customer's bank. It will be sent to the customer's bank. Okay. So now from the customer bank, the response will be received from to the merchant's end. So there, from the merchant in the merchant's bank, the validation happens and the process of the amount or the transaction happens. So there can be two things. One is the failure state, or the other one can be the success state. So if the failure is happening, why the failure is happening? If the failure has happened, then sometimes it might also happen that you might have received the status as, when you do the payment, you might have received the status as success, but the amount will not be received by the other person's end. Have you faced this issue? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
So again, so that is an issue. So all these things, again, there will be performance issue. So all these things we need to consider. Okay. Now, if there's a failure or if there's a success, you need to get a message. Otherwise, how will you get to know that the payment was success or there was some issue because of which it was showing failure? So that is called as error handling or messages, notifications. So all these things will be handled with the help of payment gateway. So see, payment gateway, if you want to understand, it is completely a very big ocean. Okay. So for now, okay, just try to understand the basic flow of or basic understanding of this payment gateway. Okay. So it is an intermediator, okay, who actually does the verification of the card details, whether there is enough balance in your account. Okay, so what am I ordering? I'm actually ordering a few stuffs for 15,510. So in my account, I should have this much of amount. Yes or no? So it is going to check when I provide the card details and when I hit the button. So it is going to check. It is not going to check in the database. I will not have access to any of the database. Will I have access to the database which is in the bank? Yes or no? Will I have?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, but the payment gateway will have special permissions to communicate with the banks. So what is it going to do? It is going to provide the details and it is going to get the response from the bank. Okay, once it gets the response from the bank, it is going to send it to the merchant's bank. Okay, once it sends to the merchant's bank, then the transaction is going to happen. So these are some basic points that you need to know. Okay, so this is very important. Guys, make a note of this. This is not a kind of assignment that I am giving, but in most of the e-commerce requirement, e-commerce applications, if you are attending interview for openings on e-commerce application, then this can be asked question. Okay, very frequently asked question. So this is very important. Tell me some test cases on payment gateway. What are all the things that you are going to test? As I said, you can say the error handling, the messages, and the encryption should happen. And you can say the performance. What is the response time? Based on that, we say how is the performance of this particular payment gateway and the UI. Okay, so all these things can be considered. Okay, so which are all the cards that it supports? Okay, so all these things can be considered. So just go through some information, like you'll get lot many test cases if you search as test cases for on payment gateway.
UI functional.
Sorry,
Yeah,
is
test
anybody
Sir has
cases.
saying anything?
shared a PDF.
Who shared your PDF?
Sir has shared the
Baswanagar.
PDF. Baswanagar.
Oh, you have it already? Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, okay, why was this taught to you? Or why was
Payment
it sent to
gateways.
you?
Payment gateways testing, ma'am.
Was this already covered?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
covered
it's
now.
covered, ma'am. It's the last topic in the manual testing.
Oh, is it? All right. Okay. Fine then. Yeah, that's well and good. So if you already have it, then please do go through that. Okay. That is a very important concept that you need to know. Okay. But nobody is going to ask you in depth. Just have some basic knowledge, because if you want to attend an interview, so if you want to get a job on e-commerce, then this can be a must ask question. Okay. Yeah. So once all this is done, once the payment is done, that particular product. All right, let me do.
You were explaining auto population.
That is done. So whatever data that I have given in one part of the application, in one of the, see, I told you, no, well, probably I was creating my account. I have given my name as Apurva. Okay, so that particular name, the application, so it is this nickname, it is developed in such a way. Okay, the nickname here, it is developed in such a way. What does the developer do? The developer, while developing this particular text field, what he will do, he will only, with the help of code, the code, how he has written the code, the code itself, it should go to the account section, it should pick my name and it should show here. Okay, it should show up here. So this is called as population. From there, it is being populated to here. Automatically, this happens. So auto population. Is this clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So one more you might have observed. Auto complete. Okay. Not Google. I'll take this example only. No, not Google, please. This 1 second. Give me a moment. Auto complete. Okay, fine. I think we have it here only in Amazon. Okay, not. So assume this. So we have a text field. Assume we have a text field. I'm speaking about autocomplete. Okay, we have a text field where you have to provide some data. Assume this particular text field's name is, the name of the text field is, you're providing the school name or some country name. I don't want Google. Okay, yeah, this is the perfect image. Okay, you see this? Everybody can see this now?
No.
Okay, yeah. So what is this? Student name, student ID, the date, course, location, school location. Okay, so I have given the data for all these. Now I'm now I have started to type in the location of the school. So here I can type in the name of the school, by which the list will be shown. The list will be shown. List of schools that have the name. As soon as I start typing, as soon as I provide 3 characters, say for example, my school's name is Nirmala School. Okay, Nirmala High School or Nirmala School. Assume in my location, in Bangalore only, there are 3 Nirmala schools. 3 Nirmala schools. One is Nirmala Convent, one is Nirmala Government School, one is Nirmala High School. Assume there are 3 schools. Mine is Nirmala Convent. Assume. Now, as soon as I start typing NIR, 3 characters or 2 characters, or once I type in as Nirmala, I can see some filtered data. If I enter school, I will get list of all schools, right? If I enter as Nirmala, I will get 3 schools. How is that? So the data is already fed into the database. The data is already fed into the database. How is this possible? See, if you are in Bangalore location, you already have set of schools which are in Bangalore. Can a school be assumed? No, right? Yes or no? Can you assume there will be a school with the name Nirmala? No. If I say Nirmala, there has to be only 3 schools. Correct? So when I say Nirmala, there will be 3 schools listed here, out of which I have to select one. I cannot type in as, what did I say? One is Nirmala Government School, one is Nirmala Convent, one is Nirmala High School. I will say Nirmala Convent High School. I will say Nirmala Primary School. Is Nirmala Primary School available in Bangalore? No. So if I mention as Nirmala Primary School and click on submit button, okay, it will not accept. It will not accept. So whatever is being displayed in the option, already fed data, whatever is available in the drop down, as soon as you type in whichever options you could see, you have to select only from that option. You might have observed this. In some of the applications, when you are trying to enter the name of the country you are from, okay, so there you might have seen, you will get list of countries, list of, let's say, some set of countries, out of which you can select one option. You cannot leave it blank. Is it possible for you to leave it blank? No, you have to select one option. And when you select an option, it is must ensure that you have to type and whatever options, related options. See, when I say IIR, I'll get an option as Ireland. When I type in as IND, India and Indonesia will come. Only 2 will come. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? So you have to select India or Indonesia. One of those. You cannot type in as India 123. Yes or no? Is it possible?
No, ma'am.
No.
Right? So you have to type in as IN. As soon as you type in, you will get 2 options, out of which you have to select one option. So this is called as autocomplete field, autocomplete state. So that is an autocomplete field where you have to automatically complete the field. I mean, once you select an option, that will be completed by default. When you type in as IND or IN, 2 options will be available, India and Indonesia. Further, you don't have to type as INDIA. No need. When you type in as IN, out of those 2 options, if you select India, there in the field, it will automatically be shown as India. You don't have to type completely, right? Again, if you want to select as Indonesia, you don't have to type complete Indonesia. You can just select that option and that option will be populated. Or that option data, what is that? Indonesia will be shown there in the field. You have observed this, right? So this is called as autocomplete. Clear on this?
Ma'am,
Yes,
does
ma'am.
autofill and autocomplete both are same, ma'am?
Yes. Yes.
Autofill and autocomplete.
Yes. Yes. Who's that? Do you have any question?
Yes, ma'am. That was
Okay. Okay.
both are same.
Fine. Are you clear now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Fine. Now coming back to this. So basically, what happens when I'm trying to explain something, I'll tell you something which you do not know. So I'll have to cover that concept and I'll come back to the previous concept. Okay. So now what was this? This was the mock-up. Okay. So now this is the representation of what are all the features or what are all the uh, which are the icons that needs to be placed, where it has to be present, how the application should actually be shown. Okay, so here I can say I'll go to Amazon. I will come back to the flow, okay, later. I'll just complete this mockup thing. Okay, so I was showing you Nika, no? Nika. Categories, brands. Categories. So it's categories, brands. Likewise, mention all the field names. Okay, here you can mention it as logo. No need to mention Nika, just mention it as logo. Logo will be the image. Okay, fine. Now, likewise, you can mention few more ways, few more icons or few more features or few more tabs. Okay, if I go back, so I did not have place to place this particular icon. So cart, I will say one round button, some image. Okay, I will say this is cart. Usually images will be shown like this, some rectangular box with a cross. Okay. Okay, so this is how the mockups will be shown. See, I just tried to show this to you in Paint. Okay, but usually if it is an application which is very complex with respect to the images, see, this is not an easy application to develop. See, you can see multiple options, multiple images are there, right? So this looks literally very complex, but there are some applications which are very simple. Okay, we'll see websites, website designs. We'll take simple website. Okay. Assume this is FedExer. Yes. So this is one. This looks little simple. So you don't have too many options. So that it looks very complex, right? So for these, you can use Paint, or they can use some simple applications. But for applications which look very complex, they have specialized tools. They have specialized tools. You might have heard about Figma. Was that covered in your manual class? Figma,
Yes, ma'am.
right?
Figma tool
So
just called create image.
yes, so that is the, one second, I'll just open. Yeah. So I'll show you few images of how that actually looks, how the tool will be used, how that will be helpful. Uh, mm, yeah. Not visible. So here, if you see, this is one application where you are actually providing your phone number. I'm sorry, one second. Yeah. So here you're providing your phone number. This is the first screen. First screen. Assume that you are registering. Okay, you provide your details. You click on next button, and you will have the keypad. Right. So now this image, what is being shown to you or what is being shared to you, this is a non-functional image. This is an image. So you cannot click on any of the numbers. You cannot click on next. This is just the image. Like how you see now, the same way they use a tool. Okay. For example, as you already know, the Figma. So they use Figma to create such images, such screens. The screens are actually created. Why this is actually helpful? When the application is little complex, Okay, so when I click on this button, where should I land on? When I click on the other button, where should I land on, or where should the application land on? So assume that there are like 10 buttons. So when you click on each and every button, where should the application land on? Then if the application lands on one particular screen, there you will have some 10 buttons. So out of those 10 buttons, when you click on one or two particular one button again, so that will be something like a flow chart. Okay, now when I provide the phone number, I click on next. It has to ask me for the OTP. This is my second screen. So before development, these mockups are actually given before development. So when the user, when the client gives, or the product owner or the stakeholder, they give these kind of what images to the developer to develop the application. By looking at this screen, the developer is going to develop the application UI in this format. Okay, so when the OTP screen is shown up, we enter the OTP. Once the OTP is entered, when the valid OTP is entered, it will say as welcome. Okay, now enter your password and log in or sign in with the fingerprint. Forgot password, sign out. Now, what will happen when you click on sign out? Another screen will be there. What will happen when you click on forgot password? Another screen will be there. The reset password or the new password is generated, and that is sent to your registered mobile number or registered email. Here it will be mobile number because I have not given my email ID. Correct? So something like this. So you have multiple screens. You see, you have multiple screens. This is how the representation of screens, UI representation is done. Okay. I'll just show Figma. So Figma is actually used for while building mobile applications. Okay, it will not be used for web applications, but yeah, mobile application Figma is used. Not getting any. Were you able to see the live application Figma or just the images?
Images.
Okay, well, not an issue. Now you got an idea what do you mean by mockup. So when they say I will be giving you mockups, so you don't have to worry. Okay. So this usually happens when the application is not yet developed. So in the very initial stage, when you have a new module coming up, or when you have a very new project where the development has not started at all. So probably in the sprint planning meeting, they discuss about all these things. Okay, in a sprint, they take up a module. Assume they take up this particular makeup module or categories module. Okay, or get app module, stores and events module. So what should be shown when I click on this? What are all the options that should be available? So all these things they discuss, right? In your sprint planning meeting. So there they are going to show the module or the mockup. So when they show you the mockup, it will be easy for the developer or the tester to understand how the application should look like, where particular button should be placed in which particular place or corner. Okay. What is the positioning of each and every feature or each and every icon, right? So this is helpful for better understanding before development of the application. Clear on this point?
Yes, ma'am.
Guys, everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So yeah, we'll stop it for now. I'll just stop the recording. But please don't drop out.